Hello NSG, it's time for some Pirates, Legend of the Black Buccaneer. I tried to run this game at the last NSG and I guess I got some kind of run out of it, but something about playing this, I wouldn't call it an old game, but a game from 2009 on a modern PC, it didn't jive too well. So what ended up happening was that every time I would go to load a new map, the game would freeze until I alt-tabbed out of it and tabbed back in. So that made for a quite strange run, and I mean, I guess it had its own entertainment value, but it wasn't quite what I wanted to show with this game, and I think it deserves better. So thank you for letting me bring it back. And as you can also see, I'm playing from home. So also huge thanks for letting me participate, even though I unfortunately couldn't make it to the venue this time. But I will really try and make it for autumn, because yeah, I really want to be back. But one upside of playing from home is that I know how this game behaves on my PC, so that shouldn't be a problem. Alright, let's just get straight into it. So we're awaking on this weird island, which we will quickly find out is inhabited by a bunch of hostile monkeys of different types. And also there'll be other pirates and even some zombie pirates, actually. So we're gonna get into some platforming here immediately. Yeah, those were some pretty bad jumps right off the bat, but not a huge loss. Basically, in this game, you want to like get good jumps, and by good jumps, I mean like jumps that send you straight to the platform and don't have you hanging off the edge. Because whenever you hang off the ledge, you need to watch a little bit of a get-up animation, which obviously we don't want to do if we can avoid it. Alright, so here's our ship, which has seen better days. There's a bunch of pieces missing, like you might have seen the big hole in the side. The sail is missing, there's no compass. So that's like our main objective of the game, is like to repair our ship and then depart this weird haunted island. Now, since we're a pirate, we don't just want to leave casually, we want to also get a huge treasure so we can leave filthy rich. And in order to do that, we have to unlock a gate to enter a volcano. And for that we need to collect some seals, which are not the friendly animal kind, but some like magical medallions, I guess, that are sealing this gate off. Alright, so right now we're in the sort of tutorial section of the game. And in this part there isn't really a huge consequence for dying. I mean, it will still lose time, but later on in the game you actually need a resource called offerings, which you gain whenever you kill an enemy. You need them in order to save the game. Okay, so I messed up a little bit, which means I'm going to get into this cutscene, but we can quickly skip out of it. Yeah, and since I don't have any offerings at the start of the game, it does mean if I die, I will just have to like start the run over. Since I can't load from any autosaves and I don't have any hard saves, since I also need offerings to make them, and it's slow to do anyway, so I wouldn't do that in the speedrun. But as soon as I like either kill some enemies or some enemies kill each other, because they also like to fight each other, that problem will be solved. Now we're out of the tutorial area, so dying does have the aforementioned consequence, and hopefully we'll have some offerings before that happens. A deathless run of this game is maybe theoretically possible, but you would need really good RNG to not take some damage from enemies, and also like stuff like that, like opening that gate from the opposite side than you're supposed to, often gives you some of that explosive damage. So here we're going to do a skip, whereby transforming into the Black Buccaneer state, which is what we're in now, we're able to clear this jump that you otherwise wouldn't be able to clear, and get straight to the ship part in the chest there. It did take a few more attempts than it usually does, but no worries. it still saves massive time over having to do that whole section where you have to like pull a lever to make a thing, crane move away so you can shoot a gate and then climb up some stuff. So like even taking a few attempts there is very acceptable, even in a world record speedrun, to be honest. The game isn't quite optimized to the point where you need to get that first try yet. Alright, so we're coming up on the second piece for our ship over here, guarded by that monkey. And here normally you would do a little bit of a puzzle. And see, yeah, these monkeys, they can troll you. Since the button you use to push the crates and stuff is the same button that you use to block enemies. That means that if enemies are close when you want to push a crate, they may just choose, no, you're not going to push the crate, you are going to block me. So what we did there was hold parry, which is also the same button as use and block. Well, that is the block action. We hold parry right as we landed on the platform, and whereby we were able to roll through the fire. And I just transformed to the Black Buccaneer again to make that jump. Though considering it took a few attempts, it might not have saved any time, but probably didn't lose a bunch either. Alright, so now we're progressing into the mines, and I am kind of low on health, so if I find a convenient place to take a tactical death, that'll probably be a good idea. And by convenient place, I mean somewhere that's close to an autosave point. So those are like good to memorize for this run. Oh, that was unfortunate. I'm actually very close to dying now. Okay. Okay, so health problem has been solved. Not sure that's how I would have preferred to solve it, but yeah. It's good to know where the autosave points are, so you can like reset your health total without having to redo anything. But yeah, I got a little trolled by the monkeys there, since first my gun decided to target one that was in the distance and not the one on the platform that I wanted to shoot. Yeah, and then I also just messed up myself. But this stuff can happen. It's all part of the fun. Alright, so here we also use the Black Buccaneer, since the Black Buccaneer actually pushes crates a little faster. So whenever we're doing like one of these box puzzles that we'll see several more of in the run, it's definitely something we want to consider. Like if we're just pushing one box, it's usually not worth it to transform, just because it does have a small animation to do so. Okay, I missed that shot, but that's fine. We'll just climb up one spot and take it again. So the gun does have a bit of a cooldown. That's why I start by shooting the furthest down. I could just go much closer, but I want to make sure that if I miss a shot, I can move while it's recovering for the next shot. And if I go too close, there are some monkeys there, which will also like potentially be what the game decides to target when I pull out the gun. So now we're at the tower, and this has one tricky jump that I guess I'm going for. Oh, I made it. That's fine. Well, it's good rather. So I never quite know when I'm speedrunning, like if I want to like do YOLO strats. It's just sort of a spur of the moment thing for me. But I find it's good not to like change your mind like too close to actually pulling off the strat, because that can mess with your mind a little bit. But yeah, it paid off. Now we're doing a second box puzzle. Nope, forgot that I only have to push that once in that direction. Okay, so the gate opens, and we can get the chest here. So we encounter a big crab, but this is only foreshadowing for later, since yeah, it just doesn't do anything and vanishes. If you stay there, you can see it burrows again. But yeah, mysterious stuff. So here we have a bit of a cutscene, and we get surrounded, and depending on actually how far we've progressed in the game, the enemies here will be different ones. So that is something a consideration that also goes into doing the routing for this game. That the enemies in the different areas, they change as you collect more of the objectives, like the ship pieces and the seals, etc. I love when it's the pirate, because you can also get this cutscene where I believe it's like some monkeys running in, but that one pirate always gets stuck there, which is kind of funny. So now we're heading to the caverns, where we will be doing a little clip, which I hopefully will nail first try, since it's not too difficult, but I definitely have messed it up before. So we're gonna try and clip through the eye of this giant statue. And we got it. And that basically saves us having to scale this whole cliff thingy from the outside, and then drop down and do a box puzzle in order to open the gate, and then opening the gate will let us go back up. So it's a nice time save to get. So now we're inside the cavern, where we're gonna pick up the second seal. Now we're gonna quickly transform to the Black Buccaneer in order to be able to make that jump. And we're gonna transform back, because even though the Black Buccaneer has a lot of advantages, like normal movement is still faster in standard human form. So if we hadn't already died, that would probably have been a good place to reset our health total, but that is not a concern right now. Usually, unless something goes very wrong, you won't have to reset your health total more than once in the run, which is convenient. So that's also a jump you wouldn't be able to make in human form. Now, the routing here is actually not completely clear. Another runner actually transforms in different spots, and it remains to be seen what actually is the fastest method. It's sort of far away from a hard save point, and therefore it's not very convenient to do testing in that spot. But it definitely should be done soon. Alright, so now we're headed back to actually the starting area. And yeah, unfortunately there's no currently known way to avoid having to do a little bit of backtracking in this speedrun. And that is because until you've collected at least one of the seals, the place that we want to go now remains locked off. So there's actually a gate you'll see in the starting area, which can only be opened once you've completed that objective. So it would be very nice if you could just like do this part once and not have to go back, but for the time being at least, and according to everything that I know about the game, it is not possible to get through that gate in particular. Okay, I've never seen that before. Okay, I'm spaghettiing a little bit here since weird stuff just happened, but I'll have to watch the VOD back. Something weird just happened. I got like an upwarp or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened. It might just have been some normal stuff and I wasn't paying attention enough, but it felt very weird. Yeah, I love when you're recording a speedrun or like doing a run live. It also happened to me last time I was doing a run for a marathon, that like I just discovered new stuff about the game I was playing. Okay, bad jump. I'm clearly a bit distracted, but let's recover. So I'm getting a little bit of lag here, since this is an area with a lot of enemies. It's still sort of RNG, like how much the game lags. So it is a little bit annoying, like when you're on a good run and then you just get hit by a big lag spike. But I guess it's part of the fun, you know. So these jumps are actually quite challenging. That was kind of makes up for me messing up a second ago. Yeah, this is flowing really well, and when this section flows well, it feels so good to do. It is challenging, but yeah, that went exactly how you want that to go. Alright, so now we actually have all the 3 seals, which means we can get into the volcano. But the way we get into it is we have to go back to the waterfall, so a little bit more backtracking, but it can't be helped. Where there's a big skull door, which will now be unsealed. And in there we will use a lever, which will open the volcano door. So just doing the good old rolling and jumping. You can push the box one step further there and the jump will be a lot easier, but assuming that you don't mess the jumps up like I did there, it saves time, of course, not to have to push the box further. So entering the waterfall here, and we'll see a little cutscene with the skull door opening. Now we've tried so many things, me and a lot of other people, several other people, to find a way to clip into through the skull door, but without success, at least yet. So, and we don't, to be honest, know if it would be a thing that would save a bunch of time, since who knows if you can even get out from the other side. Like, it could be that, okay, cool, you can get in there and you maybe can save some time, but if you can't get out again, then it is not use. Alright, so now we're headed to the volcano, and as we can see, the door is open. So our path is clear to go face the final boss. And oh, I say the final boss. I did mention some foreshadowing earlier, so probably it's not the final boss. But it's the boss that'll let us get the final piece we need in order to leave the island with the big treasure. So this is the treasure area. So just doing a little bit of Black Buccaneer jumping. Ooh, that jump there is always a bit scary, because if you die, you go all the way to the start of the room. But it turned out well. So here I'm gonna spam space while holding up and to the right, so I can move during the cutscene. Which, oops, that's not good. Yeah. For some reason, like, this is the only cutscene in the game that you can move during. But it's good to know. So here we're going to be doing a glitch where I'm actually going to be closing the game and thereby making the boss easier to kill. So I'll have to explain that in a little bit. Right now I have to focus on doing this stuff. So right as it says save successful, we close the game and we launch it again. Because what that does is, so all the enemies in this game, they get gradually stronger as you complete objectives. And I'm just gonna kill myself apparently. So as you complete objectives in the game, all the enemies get gradually stronger and stronger. They get buffed, get more hit points, and maybe also more damage, though I'm not completely sure. And that includes the bosses. But when you close the game and open it again, and then load into any save game, the effect of that buff will not work to begin with. until you leave the map you're on. So that means in practice that means that we can actually like half the HP amount of this boss, which is huge. So here we're doing a little bit of blocking because we don't want to run out of the blue meter, because that'll transform us back into human where we don't do as much damage. So we want to like make sure it doesn't run out while also dishing out damage. And whenever we block, it does restore some of the meter. And you need to tap block every time, otherwise the boss will stagger you and interrupt your animation. Alright, decent boss. Though you do want to sort of try and time it so you run out of the blue meter right as you're killing it. So I didn't do it perfectly, but could have been worse. I could have actually run out like during the fight. Alright, so we're back on the beach and we've repaired our ship. And everything is looking good. We have to watch this little cutscene of all the items being applied. You can also like return to the ship like throughout the game, and you can apply them one by one. But yeah, obviously you don't want to do that in a speedrun. So just as we're about to leave, I love this cutscene, like sneaking on board. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go save, and then we're going to do the exact same glitch again. Because this crab also has a ton of HP that we would like to preferably cut in half before we start fighting it. And there's like a whole thing like how the game wants you to beat the crab, where you like hit it with your sword, and then at some point it stuns itself, and then you can shoot it with a cannon. But we actually found out that you can like eat its shots with your shots. So if you time it just right, your shots will just eat the crab shots. And now it's in the stun state where it also takes more damage. So as you can see, it will melt pretty fast actually. And this boss, like when you don't know any strats, it can really take a long time. Like it can take 15 minutes, I think. Now, fun fact: during my last NSG run with all the weird technological shenanigans that happened, one consequence was like the cannons didn't do any damage, so I actually had to kill the whole boss without using the cannon, which took a long time. And I almost like I asked if they wanted to mercy kill the run, but they basically told me, whoever was on tech, that it was my decision to make. And I guess in the end the crowd did get into like watching this life bar like whittle down very slowly. But anyway, this was time. The time actually happened when this cutscene began. I guess you can time it. I don't know. Am I adding the timer? I don't think so. But sorry for not calling out time. Anyway, that's Pirates Legend of the Black Buccaneer. Definitely more kind of run I wanted to get in, and yeah, thank you so much NSG for letting me do this, and hopefully you enjoyed watching it, and enjoy the rest of the event, however much is left. I'm not sure exactly when this run will be placed, but yeah, I'll definitely also be watching the stream, so yeah, see you in chat. Bye. And also bye. Wow.